And we are following breaking news this morning. Multiple wildfires burning across Napa and Sonoma counties. A number of homes have been destroyed, and a major development. Authorities have evacuated Sutter, Santa Rosa Hospital, and Kaiser Hospital in Santa Rosa. Good morning. It is Monday, October 9th. I'm Ann Makovec. Michelle and Kenny have the morning off, and KPIX5 has live team coverage. Jessica Flores has been speaking with Napa residents forced from their home in the dead of night. Netta Iranpour tracking the tough conditions, making things very difficult for fire crews this morning. But let's begin with Katie Nielsen in Santa Rosa, where several hospitals have been evacuated this morning. Katie.
Yeah, this is so common here in San Francisco. I got a text from a friend just yesterday saying his car was broken into broad daylight in Japantown, not far from where I'm standing right now, near one of many piles of broken glass that you will find all over the streets of San Francisco. So common, we call them street diamonds. And you are right about the wind, Roberta. It is whipping here in Pacifica. I'm not an easy girl to knock down, but it has been really crazy. And take a look at the ocean here behind me. Big game tonight, and this seat that I'm sitting in right now is reserved, Kenny and Michelle, for ballers, shot callers. So the only time that I can actually afford to sit here is pre-7 a.m. on game day. We are under a flood warning here. Several downtown businesses at least partially underwater. And here's one of them right now, this Pee Wee Golf Course. It's off of River and Neely Road. Some of these plastic animals sitting in a dirty bath of river runoff.
All of these allegations used to be handled by internal investigations. Now the California Senate is hiring two outside firms to delve into sexual harassment and assault at the Capitol.
It's difficult to get a grasp on exactly what remains in some of these communities because while the damage was widespread, it's also been spotty. Here's a look at the famous Stornetta Dairy here along Highway 12. It is obviously destroyed after standing here for decades. Just across the street, the Nicholson Ranch Winery is untouched.
Today in Santa Rosa, people who lived in 3 communities will get to head back for the first time to see the damage left behind by the deadly wildfires. KPIX5's Jessica Flores live in Santa Rosa with more on an emotional day ahead.
This tree is absolutely massive. Take a look at this. This is the base of the trunk where it lifted from the ground right near this building, which houses an Italian restaurant, the Chamber of Commerce, and it came crashing down this way, luckily onto the parking lot instead of onto the building. If you want to meet some of these guys, including Colby, they're going to be here at Muttville headquarters starting at 2 o'clock today. It's on Rescue Row, Alabama Street in San Francisco, and we'll check in with you another half hour and meet some more friends. Live in San Francisco, Ann Makovec, KPIX5.
This morning, breaking news in Napa and Sonoma counties where several wildfires are burning out of control right now. Several areas under mandatory evacuations, including 2 hospitals. It is Monday, October 9th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ann Makovec.
And I'm Devin Feely. Kenny and Michelle have the morning off.
And we have live team coverage right now. KPIX5's Katie Nielsen live in Santa Rosa at one of 2 hospitals evacuated this morning. But first, KPIX5 reporter Jessica Flores in Napa with more on that firefight. Jessica. We are continuing our live coverage of the fast-moving wildfires. They broke out on Atlas Peak Road last night in Napa County. At least 5 fires burning right now throughout Napa and Sonoma counties. There's also a fire burning in Mendocino County. But we're talking areas like Santa Rosa, where we just saw Katie, Calistoga, Windsor, Guerneville, and the evacuation order has been continuing to expand since these fires broke out. This has all happened in the dead of night. Hundreds of people having authorities knocking on their doors, telling them that they have seconds, not minutes, to evacuate and grabbing what they could. Then dealing with some of the highway closures, because there have been different closures throughout the night. Highway 101, 1237. So actually getting to some of the evacuation centers has been a real challenge as these fires have continued to spread. The focus has been on getting people out of the fire's way. Firefighters have barely even dealt with containment right now. These fires are so out of control. They're just trying to get people to safety. They're trying to save lives. And later on this morning, they're going to try to actually put the fires out. The weather conditions not working in their favor right now. Very high winds, and those high winds is what's blowing the smoke about 75 miles to the south. So wherever you are watching us from right now, this live broadcast from the Bay Area, you are going to be smelling the smoke and seeing debris. We've been seeing raining
as far south as San Francisco. So the weather conditions not favorable. Those should get a little better later on this morning. And of course, as the sun comes up, we will see more of the extent of the damage, because at this point, it's absolutely unclear. We know that dozens of homes have burned, many businesses, and a lot of wine country in danger right now. Let's go to our Wilson Walker right now. He is live on the phone around Highway 12 in between Napa and Sonoma counties. Wilson, what's going on there? I can only imagine, with the number of evacuation centers that are now open across these two counties, that resources are pretty thinly spread there. Does it seem like the Red Cross is able to get enough stuff into that area, at least the shelter where you are right now? And it is 5:48, and we are continuing to follow breaking news in Napa and Sonoma counties, where hundreds, possibly thousands of people were forced to grab what they could and run when wildfires began burning out of control late last night. We'll be back. Yeah, and there are still some roads closed in this area. A couple of things going on here at the fire scene behind me. PG&E trying to restore power, and behind that you can see the fire department still spraying water on what is left of this building as the investigation into how this fire started begins. The fire started at 2:45 this morning, quickly engulfing this 5-story building under construction, spreading to townhomes and an auto shop nearby.
This is not something that you prepare for.
Alexandra Grant is one of 50 people evacuated from nearby homes who woke up to an inferno outside of their windows.
All you saw was flames from the building, kind of just taking over, and you can actually feel the heat inside of our house.
At least 4 townhomes next to the building are damaged, and about 50 cars at James Auto Body are destroyed.
I mean, that's a total. I could see that, so that's a total loss.
They're all James Lau's customers' cars, and he's hoping insurance will cover them.
I have no idea, but my next thing probably go tell my agent and let him know and go from there.
This building that caught fire was going to be called The Intersection, a 105-unit apartment and retail complex. Construction workers showed up this morning to this.
And it's really devastating for all of us.
Their jobs on hold.
What are we going to do from here? What's going to happen?
The Alameda County Sheriff's Office sent up its drone to get a picture from above. Its infrared camera shows one giant hotspot in what used to be the building's foundation. This afternoon, firefighters will stay on scene to make sure it's out.
So the buildings are very close to one another, so we want to make sure it's not spreading to the other buildings.
Back out here live now on 39th and Adeline. Construction workers told me off camera that somebody had broken into the main office of this building over the weekend. They also said that the sprinkler system had been installed and was working properly. It will all be part of this investigation. Live in Emeryville, Ann Makovec, KPIX 5.
And Ann, how long will it take for the neighborhood to get back to normal?
I think these roads are going to be closed for much of the day, and firefighters will be on scene definitely throughout the day, probably throughout the night, to make sure that the hot spots are not reigniting. We also have the evacuees. They're slowly being allowed back into their homes, but at this point, most of them don't have power or water service. So it is going to be at least 24 hours until it is business as usual here in Emeryville. Back to you.